finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Yeah, hustle, I gotta make plays, try to keep up with the pace, I shoot the shot, I got range, ends on I'm winning the game. We finna lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Locked in, top 10, let me pop in. Try to name my best bracket, I'm not in. My time, that's money, I'm clocked in. You dirty, get mocked in. Clean up on aisle 3 when I eat. I get too messy on the beat. I see why they panicking. We got them set like a mannequin. Bitch said be careful, don't snap again. Really, I tried.
I try to stay focused, I hustle like 7-day notice. I wake up when I'm feeling hopeless. Nice, I was lonely, but I wasn't soulless. Locked in with a bonus. Either move bold or you bogus. Frostbite got the coldest. The youngest, but I move the oldest. Hey, domino effect, tryna dominate. Tryna steal the trace, better concentrate. Hey, this for the books, find another date. But the doop on you duplicates. These days are beautiful, tryna stay suitable. We ain't the usual positions, is movable. Hating and praying, I think you delusional. Yeah, I got it though, got it though.
Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Yeah, hustle, I gotta make plays, try to keep up with the pace, I shoot the shot, I got range, ends on I'm winning the game. We finna lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in.
No, I ain't mad today. Had lock in my swing, they throwing that shade. Doc told me bad away. Had to get right, I had away. Grandma said me home on the lake. Bit on my team, throwing bands away. Trying to blow up, don't make fans away.
I don't know why they mad today. Now my vibe go that away. I need all my cash today. Cash. Right away. RMG, we up. This ain't nothing. Look like lunch. 615, that code I run.
956, that code I'm from. Fucking locked in. Yeah, dudes don't want smoke, no, trade my folk, don't run, been cold outside my Tucker son. Talking that crazy Tucker son in Monteville, it get rougher son. Talking to mama's tougher son, more presidential than Jefferson.
We finna lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in. Lock in, we finna lock in, we finna lock in.
Careful, don't move that over because of the fiber.
Yeah, it's just not ideal.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steve. Pete Hayes. Pete's not in here, but I can test his mic. All right, here we go. Here is Pete. Pete's mic coming in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Pete. All right, good. And they said 11:40 now. Yeah, so, yeah, 11:40. All right, very good. And then just breaks after full innings.
Feels like a pistol going off in my head. And on the surface everything is okay, but something's breaking and it's calling my name. The undercurrent here ain't taking the blame, but that was never her aim. But there's a death charge with my name on it now. I'm tied up tightly and it's dragging me down. I'm treading water but there's no one around.
While bringing harmony and enhancing education in our community. We started in 2006 with a 98% adoption success rate. With the help of our community and people like you, Mars has saved over 20 lives in animals. All of our animals live in foster homes as family members. Once they get adopted and go home, they stay home. We have a non-profit veterinary clinic and dog obedience training services. We are actively supporting both ends of the leash, both people and pets, breaking down barriers and building community. Visit our website, www.
This material is property of the Minnesota State High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.
Good morning and welcome to CHS Field in downtown St. Paul and the State 4A Baseball Tournament. Steve Thompson along with Pete Hayes and our QCTV crew in the first quarterfinal of the day, scheduled at 10 a.m., getting started a little bit late at 11:40. Rain moved through. Tarp was on the field, but we are ready to go. The Andover Huskies, the number 2 seed against the number 7 seed Champlin Park Rebels, and Pete, familiar foes going at it here at State.
Yeah, absolutely. 6-3 Andover in the game that they played during the regular season, but these two teams really match up. A couple of tough pitchers going today. Big kid from Andover, the sophomore Jack Simpson, and the junior for Champlin Park and Evan Nordby.
And Simpson this year, 14 games pitched, 6 wins. His ERA 0.64, tough customer. We'll set that Andover defense in a moment. Champlin Park, pretty good lineup. The Rebels this year, 16-8. And they are the champions of Section 5 4A. Brockton Sandell playing at second base will lead off for the Rebels. Then it's Nick Carlson and Kellen Oligmuller. For the Rebels here in the state tournament, we are underway about an hour and 40 minutes late. And, of course, we're all racing the rain expected, especially on Thursday night into Friday. Jack Simpson delivers first pitch of the game up high. Game time temp, 68 degrees. Northeast winds at 3 miles an hour. Doesn't look like we'll have to worry about any rain the rest of the way. Second pitch upstairs.
Might be seeing a little bit of nerves from Jack Simpson here right away. He has 3 pitches. He has that fastball. He'll throw that curveball, and then every once in a while he'll mix in a changeup.
And the pitch, there's a strike. 2-1 now the count. Wyatt Myers behind the plate. Jackson Knutson at third. Keaton Coe at short. Kale Rowe at second. Jackson Kuznia for Andover at first. 2-1. Hit foul out of play or right over the top of us. 2-2 the count.
A little bit of rain earlier here, Steve, but I'll tell you what, it's really nice out here right now, about 70 degrees, and we have a little bit of sunshine, so it should be we should be able to get this game in.
And there is no doubt these teams fought bad weather. All the teams did in the spring sports. Here's one stroke to the gap, right center field. Beyond the right fielder, Drew Law. Down for the hit, all the way to the wall. Sandell will pull up at second, a leadoff double for the Rebels.
Well, that's the way Champlin Park wanted to get it going, and the senior Sandell, he ripped one into right center field. A great effort out there by Drew Law, but the ball just dropped in. Here's another look at it as Drew Law laid out for it all the way to the wall, and Champlin Park's off to a good start.
And he went the other way with that pitch and drove it to the gap. In the outfield, Ethan Wallin in left, Danny Scheller in center. And, of course, you saw Drew Law a moment ago try to get to that well-hit ball. He is in right field for the 19-6 Huskies. And, of course, Andover, the champions of Section 7-4A. So Simpson with the runner at second. And the batter is Nick Carlson playing at shortstop for the Rebels. And that one low and away, and a good block by Myers to keep that runner at second base. And that will get a conference.
Well, Nick Carlson, I would confer about him too. He's one of the best hitters in the state of Minnesota. His on-base percentage is over 500. His batting average, 453.
Rebels wearing the gray pants, navy tops. Andover, sharp-looking cream-colored uniforms. It is a good look. Check of the runner. And the pitch. This one hit in the air to deep left field. Wallin back to the fence off his glove. Runner around third. He'll head in. And that is going to be a booming RBI double for Carlson, and the Rebels lead at 1-0.
Yeah, Carlson got all that. Wallin got back on the ball, and it just nicked off his glove, but I'll be interested to see if they give an error on this one or a double. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but he got a good piece of that one.
He did drive the ball, and we do have a hit on the board, so back-to-back doubles by the Rebels, and they lead at 1-0, and that'll bring up the guy playing at first base today for Champlin Park. And that's the guy wearing number 13, Kellen Oligmuller. And now Pete Anderson and the Andover Huskies meeting on the mound. And it's probably a visit by Pete to just settle everybody down.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. A couple of doubles right off the bat here by a couple of the senior leaders for Champlin Park. You know, they only have 3 seniors in their lineup, but they're number 1, 2, and 3 hitters. But, yeah, I'm sure Pete's out there just to try to settle things down and get them right back on the right page.
Tip of the cap to the grounds crew here at CHS Field. They had the field covered before the rain moved in, and then they were still able to take infield and get ready to go. It is a gorgeous facility. If you've never been to a Saints game or a state tournament game here at CHS, it is highly recommended. So now Simpson with another runner at second, still nobody out. And it's Oligmuller batting for the Rebels. Oligmuller, first pitch down in the dirt, another good block by Myers. And you pointed out the nerves, Pete. I mean, this is a big stage. It's a state tournament. And it's not like the sections where you get another opportunity. It is.
No, and you have to sit around for about an hour and a half waiting.
This one stroked in the air to right, on a line, caught by Law. One away, runner stays put. Oligmuller hit it well, but right at the right fielder.
You know, the Andover middle infielders do a really nice job in holding a runner. And Nick Carlson, you got to keep an eye on him because he will steal a base. He has 13 stolen bases on the year. And some people say it's easier to steal third base than second base. And I'm one of those people. So you got to make sure you keep an eye on him out there at second.
Especially with the runner in that batter's box on the right-hand side. Makes it tough for the catcher to pop up and get the throw down there.
Yeah, not an easy throw, that's for sure.
There is a strike from Simpson. He gets it out. Once again, runner at second is Carlson. It was Sandell and Carlson back-to-back doubles. Carlson with the RBI. And now it's Reese George, a center fielder, and the pitch. There is another strike. 2 quick strikes from Simpson, and he's starting to pour it in there. Jackson Knudsen at third base. Probably aware of that stolen base threat. Simpson a long look at the runner and then call a time. And Simpson was pretty far into his windup.
Yeah, you know, you always tell your pitcher, just follow through and throw it. But he kind of half-armed that one into the grass.
Yeah, and that ended up squirting over toward first. No pitch. 0-2 the count, one away. Rebels batting. Top of the first for a quarterfinal opening game of the day. There's one outside. Myers slides out to block. And 1-2, and he tried to clearly get him to chase.
Yeah, that's a good pitch and an 0-2 pitch. Get it outside, see if he can get him to chase that one.
Certainly familiar foes. Ryan Tome, head coach at Champlin Park. Already at the helm 5 years. This one lifted high and foul out of play to the right. On a ride along at 1-2.
This George, he's a good player at Champlin Park. His father is the principal at Champlin Park High School.
Center fielder wearing number 8 in the cleanup spot. I love that synergy. This one hit in the air, down for a hit, right center field. Center fielder Schellers over, run around third, headed to the plate, and the Rebels lead it 2-0 and an RBI single by Reese George.
Well, I'll tell you what, Champlin Park could not ask for a better start. Coming out swinging the bat against Jack Simpson, who gives up under a run a game, and he's already given up 2 here in the first inning.
Back-to-back doubles, fly ball out to right, and then a single to right center. And now the batter is going to be Luke Carlson playing at third base. Carlson digs in wearing number 10. And the pitch by Simpson ripped down the left field line. Over is Wallin to cut it off. Long turn, he's headed for second. Runner around third, headed to the plate. Throw!
Well, aggressive base running there. And Wyatt Meyer was looking down to second, took his eye off the ball, or they would have had him out at home plate, but dropped the ball, and Champlin Park is now up 3-0. So Tome is letting him run.
Yeah, and George scores all the way from first on that single, and then on the throw to the plate, Carlson advances to second. 3-0 Rebels, 4 hits in the inning, and the batter is going to be Donovan Vendel, the right fielder.
Well, the George kid can run. He has 13 stolen bases on the year, and I really like the aggressive base running there by Coach Tome.
Vendel rips one foul down the first base line, the Rebels right fielder. Vendel, junior. And we talked about it before the game. What a thrill for everybody, the coaches, the players, to be here at CHS Field and be in a state tournament.
Yeah, this field is it's just unbelievable how nice they keep this field, and it's big time for these players and coaches.
It's ruled as a single and then an error on the left fielder. And now the count 1-0 to Vendel. 6-man to bat for the Rebels here in the top of the first. They have their hitting shoes on. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 Andover error, and Simpson delivers, and that one is chopped foul. Champlin Park comes in as the number 7 seed. They're now seeding these tournaments 1 through 8, and it used to be top 5 and then 3 at large, and as it turned out anyway, Northwest Suburban, Anoka, Hennepin Falls, Andover and Champlin Park here in the opener. That one in on the hands, off the mound. Simpson fields, throws him out. Runner moves to third.
Yeah, you know, I like that better, Steve. They used to just seed the top 4, and now they're seeding everybody, and it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and I'm glad they've done that across the board in all the tournaments, because some of the random draws didn't work out particularly well, where you'd be a number 1 and you got, you know, a really tough customer in that opening game. Christian Dull, the DH, wearing number 1, another right-handed bat, digs in. And a runner at third base. And Champlin Park puts a crooked number on the board here in the top of the first. First of 4 today in 4A. This one hit on the ground, cut off third base. Knutson throws it wildly, and a run's going to score. Knutson had it slip out of his hands, nowhere near first. Carlson in from third. Dull reaches, and that is an E5, second error of the inning for Andover.
Wow, that was an easy ball right there, and I've noticed him during the playoffs making a few bad throws. He's a good fielder, but he seems to be having a little bit of the yips when he gets that ball at third base. Big run there for Champlin Park, early 4-0 start.
Al Oakley, the catcher, is going to dig in for Champlin Park. They're wearing number 27. Eighth man to bat for the Rebels in a big first inning, and there's a strike. And there's still a lot of ball game for Andover, and they can certainly swing the bats as well. They have dug a hole here in the first. 2 away, runner at first, and the pitch high and away. 1-1.
Yeah, everybody a little nervous out there for Andover, but like you said, Steve, they got a bunch of good hitters in that lineup. They got 8 guys who are batting over 300, so they can swing it.
Here is Simpson. That missed. Not sure where. Maybe a little low. 2-1 the count. Pretty close pitch as Simpson tries to battle out of this first inning. Sandell, Carlson with doubles. George a singer. Luke Carlson a single. A couple of errors behind Simpson. And now the count 3-1. I don't see any activity in either bullpen. This one to hit on the ground to short. Cole, the short way to second, got the lead runner, but damage done. Champlin Park, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 Andover errors. The Huskies coming to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll keep it here. Steve Thompson, Pete Hayes, and our QCTV crew on what's turned out to be a late Wednesday morning. Semifinal scheduled for tomorrow. Title games at Target Field, and all 4 classes on Saturday. And Pete, let's talk a little bit about the Andover Huskies in this lineup. They certainly have a potent lineup and have put up a lot of runs.
Yeah, they sure do. Their batting average is at 294, so it's very impressive. Like I said, they got 8 guys in that lineup that have batted over 300. They run pretty well. Got a little bit of power, so this game is far from over, but I'll tell you what, Champlin Park came out and just punched him right in the mouth.
Yeah, they were swinging the bats early. The booming double by Sandell all the way to the wall. Carlson followed up with an RBI double. George had an RBI single. Carlson with an RBI single, and then, of course, the 2 errors in the inning, and Champlin Park certainly in business. Here are the Rebels defensively. Oakley behind the plate, Norby on the mound, and then Luke Carlson at third, Nick Carlson at short, Rockton Sandell at second, Kellen Oligmuller at first, and in the outfield left to right, Caleb Green, Reese George, and Donovan Bendel for Champlin Park. Champlin Park, a dream start to this game. And now I would assume everybody on that coaching staff, certainly the pitching coach, Evan Norby, throw strikes.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that, Steve. You put up 4 for your pitcher, make him earn it, you know. And to make him earn it, you want to come across with a strike to lead off for each batter. You don't like falling behind, you know, and then they can sit on their pitch. You want to get out strike 1 on as many batters as you can here in this first inning.
All right, here's leadoff hitter for Andover, Wyatt Myers. Myers, the catcher, leading off. Evan Norby's pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
Wyatt Myers, the leading hitter on this team, batting in that leadoff spot, batting .359 in the season. So very impressive this season is Wyatt Meyer.
78 at bats, 23 runs, 28 hits, 24 singles, 1 double, 3 triples. This one cut off at third base by Luke Carlson from his knees. Can't throw him out. He knocked it down. And that might have been one where Luke lets it go and let Nick Carlson throw from the hole. Short.
Little brotherly rivalry there, and the youngster takes it away from his brother. But that would have been a tough play for either one of them with Myers' speed. Myers is one of the leading base stealers also on Andover.
He didn't hit it particularly hard and in a tough spot. So leadoff man aboard for Andover, and the batter is Keaton Cole playing at shortstop. And Cole is another big bat in the top of this Andover order. First pitch to Cole is a strike. That one fouled back 0-2, so Norby ahead. Andover gets a base runner, and I know the high school league with 4 quarterfinals here today. And this one off to a slow start. Rebels put up 4 in the first, and now Andover gets a leadoff man aboard. The 0-2 pitch. Got a good cut straight back, still 0-2.
Yeah, they'll be playing well into the dark here tonight. That's for sure.
They got the lights on already, so they're warmed up and ready to go. Here at CHS Field, cloud cover in 68. Pleasant day, as you pointed out. Flags in center field at CHS are limp. There's one outside, 1-2 the count. Norby tried to get him to chase. Mike Kaufman behind the plate, Corey Dahl at first, and Troy Berge at now second base. 3-man crew. And the pitch lifted high in the air, in play. Catcher out, third base Luke Carlson puts it away, 1 out.
Yeah, this just changes everything, Steve, coming out and getting 4 early. You know, you get Meyer on base, you're down by 4. Now you might not steal him. You're not going to bunt him over because you need runs. So it really changes the whole game until you can get within striking distance.
Jackson Knutson, third base, will bat for Andover. Left-handed bat against the righty Norby. Norby a check on the runner and the pitch. Way up high, 1-0.
Knutson's another one of those good hitters for Andover. Myers 359, Law 358, Knutson 357.
1-0 pitch on the way from Norby. That is a strike at the knees. Good pitch down and in. On the left-handed bat, 1-1 the count. 1 away, Andover batting. They're in the bottom of the first. Game 2 more ahead Minnetonka. Rosemont against number 1 Cretin Durham Hall. And then Edina and Farmington in the nightcap. And all caps in the nightcap.
Absolutely. Looks like Pete Anderson had a hit and a run on there with Knutson. Just fouled it off.
Count now 1-2. The number 3 hitter in the Andover order, 19-6 on the year. They had a battle to get through Section 7. We'll talk more about that. That one inside, Oakley made the stop, slid to his right. Good stop there, 2-2 now to count. Blaine was a tough customer, and Andover was able to get it done.
Yeah, that Blaine, they only lost 2 games all season long. Good team, that's for sure. But Andover won a 14-inning game, one of the best high school games that I've seen probably in my life, and I'm really old. And man, that was a game, and that was a big decider for Andover. Then they had to get beat twice, and Blaine couldn't beat them twice.
That one fouled to the screen. Count rides along at 2-2. Andover beat Duluth East 6-0, then Forest Lake 4-2, and then that 14-inning marathon beat Blaine 10-5, then fell to Blaine 1-0, and then beat the Bengals 8-2 to go to state. So 3 in a row against Blaine. The pitch. This one in the air to right, on a line. Donovan Bendel hardly had to move. Out number 2, allowed out.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't have to move because that thing came off the bat at a pretty high velo.
Hard hit ball. Runner still at first. That was Myers with the leadoff infield hit. And now it's Drew Law, the right fielder. Law has had a fine year at the plate. And the pitch, a strike. Runner goes in there. Pretty good throw. Tag laid down by Sandell, but that was a clean steal by Myers.
Yeah, once again, the strategy changes when you have 2 outs. And here's another look. He got a good jump on that one. Like you said, decent throw. But with 2 outs, you want to get him into scoring position for a good hitter like Drew Law, where a single can score a guy with speed like Myers instead of him standing over at first.
Yeah, you don't need the grand slam with 1 on base. You just want to chip away early in the game. Down 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. And just getting a run on the board would give Andover a lift. The pitch by Norby, swing and a miss. Big cut. Now 0-2.
Well, you talk about a big cut. I saw Drew Law hit one halfway up the pole in that final game over at Castle Field in Anoka to catapult Andover into this game.
And he struck him out. Off speed. Had Law off balance. So Andover gets 1 on via the hit. They leave 1. We have played 1 in the state 4A quarterfinal. And Champlin Park leading Andover 4-0 here on QCTV.
The 2024 Champlin Farmers Market has returned to Mississippi Crossings on Tuesdays from 2 to 6 p.m. until October 8th. Stop by and stock up on fresh produce, fruit, flowers, bread, honey, sauces, seasonings, and so much more. And while you're there, toss your name into the giveaway bowl to win a complimentary activity pass from Three Rivers Park District. Passes can be used for the horse trail, cross-country skiing, disc golf, the off-leash dog area, and archery. The new booth also features small activities and information on the park and program offerings. Some other vendors include Lone Wolf Greenhouse, Baked Gluten-Free Goodies, Breck's Greenhouse, Coastal Coolers, Chevelle Vegetable Farm, Great Harvest Bread, and Ma Bay's Taste of Liberia for homemade pepper sauce, where I just had to try their excellent mango habanero jam. For information about how you can become a vendor for next year's farmers market, visit thecityofchamplin.mn.us/farmers market to view vendor information and registration. So stop by next Tuesday to support local and to live Champlin.
Inning number 2 coming up from CHS. Steve Thompson, Pete Hayes, and our QCTV crew. State quarterfinal game number 1, Champlin Park and Andover, and the Rebels come right back here in the top of the second with 9, 1, and 2 in their order. Caleb Greer, the left fielder. And then top of the order, Sandell and Carlson against Jack Simpson. Rough first inning, but still a chance for Simpson, a very good pitcher for Andover all year, to settle in and get them some innings.
Yeah, Simpson's had a great season, and I think he had a little bit of the jitters there in that first inning. So hopefully he settles in here in this second inning for Andover.
Simpson just a sophomore, and here's Greer, the left fielder, in the pinch, swing and a miss. Good fastball up in the zone. Couldn't catch up with it. Once again, Myers behind the plate. Jackson Knudsen at third. Keaton Coe at short. Cale Rowe at second. And Jackson Kuznia at first. This one just outside, 1-1. Wallin in left, Scheller in center, Law in right.
Yeah, a lot of pitches for Jack Simpson in that first inning, facing 8 batters.
There's one inside now, 2-1. Pretty good eye there by Greer. 330 down the left field line, 320 down the right field line. 402 to the power alley in left, 400 to the power alley in right. So it is a big ballpark, AAA home. The Saints. And now 3-1 the count. Simpson doesn't want to lose the number 9 hitter in the pitch. This one lifted high and foul off to the right, 3-2.
Yeah, you definitely want to get this number 9 hitter with that top of that order coming up for Champlin Park.
Sandell and Carlson with back-to-back doubles to give the Rebels the early lead. And now the 3-2. Missed outside and a leadoff walk for Greer.
Yeah, Simpson didn't like it, but it definitely was outside, and he's struggling a little bit to start here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Champlin Park bunts right here, tries to move that fifth run up to second base.
Activity in the Andover bullpen over the left field wall. Here's Sandell playing at second base, had the double and a run scored to get us started in inning number 1. Here we are in the second. There's a curveball. That one gets away from the catcher. And actually it was a foul tip, so the runner's got to go back. But Greer running on that pitch. And Brockton Sandell just got a piece. We'll try and get some numbers on the pitchers out in that bullpen for Andover. There's no activity in the first, but now there is here in the second. Check throw over to first. Runner gets back easily. These teams met way back on tax day.
That was a long time ago, but I remember
right.
it.
Yeah. I'm sure it was cold and windy. We saw a lot of that. The 0-1 pitch lifted high in the air. In the outfield, center fielder comes on Scheller and makes the catch. Runner stays put at first, one away.
Well, just like we talked about the strategy changing for Andover and running, the strategy's changed for Champlin Park too, where you can run all you want right now. It's 4-0. Try to move that guy up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Greer isn't on the move here on one of these first two pitches.
Carlson, an RBI double and a run scored in inning number 1. Made it 2-0 when he scored. Drove in the first run, obviously, Sandell. Simpson, long look at the runner and that pitch. Outside edge.
You know, something you might notice, too, if you're watching on TV here, which most of you are, the way that Meyer sets up when there's a runner on first base, he kind of turns his body a little bit to the right-hand side so he's in a better position to throw.
That one inside edge. Nick Carlson tried to bend out of the way. It is a strike, and now Simpson ahead 0-2.
Well, you look at Carlson, he's right up on that line. He's right up on the plate.
Daring that pitcher, and Simpson went inside anyway. Now the 0-2 in there again, but up high. And I suppose for a any pitcher at any level, being able to throw inside, you got to be willing to go in there.
Well, absolutely. And when the guy's crowding the plate as much as that, you really got to hand it to him to go on inside there. It's always that risk of hitting him.
1-2 on the way. Simpson goes outside. That one's fouled away. 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck. Oleg Mueller. It is a very nice day. We had that rain. The rain's lifted north. Didn't look like it was raining at Jordan for the 3A or St. Cloud where the 2A and 1A tournaments got started today. This one lifted foul again off to the right. Well out of play. Probably out of the park. And the count rides along at 1-2. And the challenge is, with the title games on Saturday at Target Field and rain looming, we've already seen rain here in St. Paul. Get all the quarterfinals in today, semifinals tomorrow, and hopefully play on schedule at Target Field, because I know a year ago they had a long wait to get in those title games. Over a week.
Yeah, and that's a shame if the kids can't play there. You know, that's a goal at the beginning of the year for every team.
So Simpson, long battle here with Carlson, and this one lifted in the air to right. Law goes back on it and makes the catch. Lazy fly ball to right. 2 away, runners still at first. That'll bring up Oleg Mueller.
You know, this is, if you're Champlin Park, you say, let's put the hammer down right now. It's 4-0. Let's go. We need to score all the time. You don't want to sit and wait for Andover. Like we've talked about, Andover, a very good hitting team. So you put up that 4 in the first inning and you get your leadoff guy on with the top coming up. You want to add at least one more. And there's 2 outs right now for Champlin Park.
Oleg Mueller hit it hard, but lined to right in the first. He's 0 for 1. And Simpson, once again, a long look at the runner and the pitch. There's the strike. Champlin Park in Section 5 beat Irondale 8-1, Rogers 6-4. And then they had to beat Maple Grove 2 out of 3, 7-2. Dropped one 5-0, and then beat the Crimson 6-3 to win Section 5. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Huge inning for Andover to kind of restore order, settle back in. They still got 6 innings to get back into this thing.
You know, the number 1 seed in that section was Moundsview. And Moundsview got upset in that first game to Osseo and never could quite come back. But very impressive to beat Maple Grove a couple times.
Mustangs ranked all year. There's one outside. Runner goes. Late throw down to second. That'll be a stolen base for Greer, who led off the inning with a walk. Now he's at second with 2 away, and the batter, Oleg Mueller.
Yeah, he kind of double clutched that one. Didn't get a real good grip on it. So good throw, but that double clutch kind of gave him that extra time to steal second base.
1-2 coming up. Jack Simpson trying to get his team in the dugout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Jack Simpson. So the Rebels get one on via the walk. They leave one. We played 1.5. Champlin Park leading Andover 4-0, and we'll keep it here. He really settled in, the sophomore. You got to give him credit coming back out there. Much better inning.
Yeah, with an ERA like he's had on this season and the big games that he's pitched in, you kind of expected him to come back and have a good inning. Walk that leadoff guy, and you're thinking, oh my. And then he comes and gets the number 1, 2, and 3 hitter for Champlin Park, who are all 3 very good hitters. So nice job by Jack Simpson, and now Andover needs to start chipping away.
And take a look at that 4A bracket. First game of the day got started late, about an hour and 40 minutes late due to the rain this morning. A bit unexpected. Then you got the Minnetonka Skippers and longtime head coach Paul Twangy. He won his 1,000th game earlier this year. That's a good run.
Yeah, that's for sure. But you look and you see Moorhead, Minnetonka, and you're wondering if you're at the state high school hockey tournament.
That's right.
You got Andover in there. You got Creighton. You got Edina.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, is this the hockey tournament? Minnetonka, Moorhead, first round. Good for Moorhead. The Spuds, they don't make the baseball tournament much, so I'd like to see them show up and give Minnetonka all they could handle.
Yeah, the Spuds were in the boys lacrosse tournament yesterday in Eden Prairie. First day of boys and girls lacrosse yesterday. Number 1, Creighton Durham Hall plays in the 3rd game of the day. There's Andover to bat. Scheller, Kuznia, and Bittner. 5, 6, and 7 in the Andover order against Evan Norby, and he starts with ball 1. Scheller, the center fielder. The top 5 in this order are really good, Pete. There's one fouled away, 1-1 the count. They put up good numbers all year.
Yeah, Danny Scheller is a Coon Rapids kid, and what I've heard is he might be the number 1 kid in that junior class, only a junior.
That one just fouled over toward third. Luke Carlson will scoop it up, and the count will be 1-2. 315 on the year, 14 RBI, and 15 walks, so a good eye at the plate. And 15 walks led the Huskies this year. That's just as good as a hit. You know, if you're going to go up there and have a good eye and get on base, you'll take that every time.
Yeah, and when you're as highly rated as he is, that's really important, where you have patience and you're not trying to outdo yourself and taking some walks.
Good block there by Oakley. And the count now 2-2. Leadoff hitter here in the second. Winner advances to the semifinals. And the games were scheduled at noon and 2:30 tomorrow. And this one chopped. Tough chance, third base. Luke Carlson on the run. Can't throw him out. That'll be an infield hit. And so 2 infield hits so far, and both from the leadoff spots. Wyatt Myers to start the game. Scheller here in the second. More importantly for the Huskies, a runner aboard.
Yeah, you knew that was trouble right there with Scheller running. He has really good speed, and you'd like to say maybe it's slowing it down because of the rain on top of it, but they have this infield covered up during the rain, so that's not making any difference. Just some good placement.
Jamison Kuznia at a bat. Kuznia wearing number 7, 312 on the year, 13 RBI. And looks at ball one. And Norby with a runner on base. This one lifted high, but this one's going to go foul. Mendel over to take the look, but no chance as it goes down the line. And the grounds crew, you know, they were like getting it ready for a Saints game. And that's what's so neat about this tournament is they go through it all, get these teams and this field ready for these quarterfinal games. So it is in A1 condition. There's one high and away, 2-1 now the count.
Andover gets that leadoff guy on again here. Now they got to make something happen. Good hitter at the plate.
Bittner, the DH, waiting on deck. That one outside. Now 3-1. Once again, if you're in the Champlin Park dugout, okay, the infield hits, but no walks. Don't want to see. By the way, Norby has the strikeout. That closed out inning number one. And the pitch. There's a strike. Outside edge at the letters. And now it's full 3-2. Kuznia. Norby's pitch. Lifted high and foul.
Nice job by Kuznia battling and trying to win this at bat, a very big at bat with Brett Bittner coming up next, and he's a power hitter and a good hitter for Andover.
Kuznia in that sixth spot in this order for Pete Anderson, manager for Andover and head coach, and struck him out. Strikeout number 2. So Norby 2 through 1 1/3. He went outside again and got him.
Yeah, here comes the fastball on the outside edge. Just blew it right by Kuznia. That's a big out for Norby and Champlin Park.
Well, it's Bittner. 308 on the year, 14 RBI. Certainly a good season. That fastball a little too far outside, 1-0. When I've done games here at CHS Field, on the trucks going over the bridge, over the left field and out towards center field, this one lifted high and foul. I've counted the number of trucks using the Jake brake, and we haven't had any in-game, but we had one before the game. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So far, no Jake brake on the bridge.
This is a beautiful view from up here.
It's really cool.
That's for sure, but there's a lot of traffic out there, Steve.
Yeah, that's right. On the bridge, headed over the river, the 1-1. Hit in the air in the gap to right center field, carrying deep down for a hit. Runner around second, headed for third. Bittner's going to cruise in with a booming double to right. And with one out, Andover has runners at second and third.
Well, Bittner got all of that one, and that one kind of died. You thought it was going to roll to the fence, and it held Scheller at third base. So this is a big at-bat here by Cal Rowe coming up, a guy who just got into the lineup about halfway through the season, a young sophomore, but he's come up with some really big hits for Andover, and he's going to need one right here and put him right back in the game.
Rowe playing at second base, batting in the 8th spot. Scheller at third, infield hit to start. Kuznia struck out. Bittner the double to the gap in right center field. Now it's Rowe. Cal Rowe this year, 318. Big RBI opportunity. Has 6 on the year. Add to that total in a hurry. This one hit high in the air. Outside of first base, Oleg Mueller with room makes the catch. Not quite on the track. And now there's 2 away. Huge out.
Oh, that's a big out right there. You know, you got a job, and your job is to get the ball to the outfield or punch one through the infield. At least get it deep where you can tag up and get a run in. And didn't quite get the job done there, so it's going to leave it up to Wallen.
Playing in left field today, 214 on the year, 2 RBIs. He could double his RBI total with a hit here. And 2 away in inning number 2. That's fouled out of play. Had a good hack while out of play to the left.
Yeah, he played pretty good in those 2 championship games against Blaine. Had a couple of big hits for Andover, so he's very capable.
Arlene waits for the pitch. That one inside. Stabbed by Oakley. Runner stays put at third. There's a wild one with play to run. Rebels lead it 4-0. 4 runs on 4 hits in the first. Norby's pitch. This one into center field, down for a hit. It gets away from the center fielder, and that is going to be a 2 RBI single for Ethan Wallin, and it cuts the Rebels' lead in half.
That is a huge hit for Wallin. Puts that ball, left-handed hitter, right up the middle of the field. Center fielder made a dive at the ball. Luckily, it didn't get by him. He got his glove on her. That thing might have rolled for a long ways, and he could still be running. But 2 out hits, picks up his teammate, and we're at 4-2. We got a game now, Steve.
So Wallin goes from 2 RBI on the year to 4 in that moment. And now, Andover, 2 runs on 3 hits. Runner at first, top of the order. Wyatt Myers, the catcher. He had an infield hit in the first, stole a base, and was left stranded. And the top of this Andover order can do damage. That one up high by Norby, ball 1-0. No activity in that Rebel bullpen. Right down the left field line. The Andover bullpen further out the left towards center field. Now the 1-0 on the way. This one to short. Nick Carlson, the short way. They get the lead runner, Wallin, 6-4. Myers retired on the fielder's choice. But Andover gets right back in it. 2 runs on 3 hits. Ethan Wallin, the 9-hitter. RBI single to center. And in the State 4A quarterfinal, it's Champlin Park leading Andover 4-2. We'll go to the third here on QCTV.
Rum River Art Center is your local nonprofit organization located in the Old Milk Factory near downtown Anoka. Our nearly 6,000 square feet of windy and whimsical studio spaces are filled with inspiration. At Rum River Art Center, we embrace individuals of all artistic abilities and focus on the healing aspect of the process over your final product. We pride ourselves in offering classes with a huge variety of mediums at an affordable price. From one-time ceramic wheel throwing classes to multi-week painting courses, from creating at the Art Center to finding us at your local library, we believe art is the catalyst for connecting human beings to each other and themselves. Come visit us or check out our website, rumriverart.com, for more info on classes, galleries, special events, and how you can support the arts in your community.
Every day is a great day at the ballpark, but we're at the state tournament at CHS Field, Class 4A opener. Andover and Champlin Park. Rebels 4 in the first. Andover comes back with 2 in the second. We move to the third. Champlin Park will send George, Luke Carlson, and Donovan Vendel to the plate. And that is 4, 5, and 6 in their order, and Jack Simpson is out there. The rough first, settled down in the second. And now his team right back in the ball game, and the job is keep the Rebels off the board.
Yeah, really important for Jack Simpson to shut him down here for Andover. If you're Champlin Park, you want to go back out there, put a couple runs back up and get this thing to 4. But Jack Simpson, he settled down last inning. We'll see what happens this inning.
Reeves George RBI single and a run scored in the first. The first pitch from Simpson on the way. And that is a strike, outside edge. And now we got some barking out of the Rebels dugout, and the home plate umpire pops up and says, "That's enough."
Well, you cannot have chant or anything going on when the other pitcher is throwing the ball.
Well, the count 0-1, and Simpson. Another strike, pours one in there. Pulled the string on that one, 0-2. Now the count to the leadoff hitter, George. Work by Simpson. His catcher Myers. That one a little bit high, trying to get him to chase. He didn't. 1-2 the count.
Nice job by Simpson coming out and getting ahead, mixing in that curveball.
He is a big kid for a sophomore.
He's a big kid.
1-2. And this one down for a hit into right field. Drew Law on a hop. Grabs it. George 2 for 2, and the Rebels have the leadoff man aboard here in the third.
And it's a leadoff man who likes to run, so I expect him to be running on one of these first couple pitches here.
Carlson, same deal. Had a single, a run scored, and an RBI in the first. Scored the fourth Rebels run in that big opening inning. And now Simpson from the stretch checks the runner. Runner goes. This is lifted in the air. Down the right field line. Long run. Gets by the right fielder, Drew Law. Runner had to hold up. He'll steam all the way over to third. And that was kind of in no man's land. Drew Law almost got to it at the line. Carlson drops it in. That'll go as a single. And George, who had to hold up, does eventually get all the way around to third.
Yeah, Carlson and George both with a couple of hits here in the middle of the Champlin lineup. And after Andover scores 2 runs, here comes Champlin Park.
And that was a fly ball that Law almost got to it, hung in the air. And from our bird's eye view above home plate here at CHS Field, we thought that one would drop fair, and it did. Law made a valiant effort, got it back into the infield. George had to wait big time. That one ripped foul. Mendel turned on that one, grounded out to the pitcher. In the first, he's 0 for 1.
Yeah, Vandell trying to do a job now for Champlin Park with that runner on third base. You're looking for a fly ball or a ball up the middle. The infielders for Andover are about halfway back.
More activity in the Andover bullpen and the pitch by Simpson. That is ball 1-1 now. Nobody away, runners at the corners for the Rebels here in the third. Trying to claw back a run or more. All waiting on deck. And there's a swing and a miss and a strike. 1-2. Good pitch.
Boy, Simpson needs a strikeout in this situation. Like I said, Champlin Park just wants to get something to the outfield.
Simpson again. Trying to get him to chase. Runner goes. Wild throw. And that was going to be cut all the way. You could tell. They tried to get that runner to move from third. Wasn't a particularly strong throw by Myers, and it was an outstanding jump by Luke Carlson. Now runners at second and third.
Now the infield's coming in, Steve. They got to cut off that run.
And Vandell, the count 2-2. Nobody away. Another big spot in this game for Jack Simpson. Got him to chase and a huge strikeout. Number 2 in the game for him. That'll bring up Dahl. Reached on an error on third base, Jackson Knudsen. Knudsen had a throw get away from him over to first. And Dahl, the DH, is going to dig in. That one way outside. Myers stuck the glove out, stabbed it. Want to know the count.
Well, you got to like Simpson. He threw a changeup there to strike out Vandell.
That pitch didn't miss by much. Grandstand umpires didn't like it. 2-0 the count. Change speeds. Up, down, in, out. One away. Runners at second and third. Another nice stop by Myers to save a run. That one was headed to the screen. Now 3-0 the count.
He has a base open, so you want to be careful here and not give him a cookie.
He comes right in there. 3-1. Good fastball. 4-2 game. Rebels 4 in the first. Andover adds 2 in the second. We're here in the top of the third and the pitch. Walked him. Tried to get him to chase, I think, with that one. And now they are loaded with Rebels. George at third, Luke Carlson at second, Dahl at first, Cal Oakley the catcher.
You know, and you kind of learned coaching in this conference, which I do, which coaches like to bunt, which coaches like to squeeze. And Coach Tome isn't much of a bunter. If this was us, we'd probably be doing a safety squeeze right here to go up by 3 runs. But he's not much of a bunter. He trusts his kids to do what they need to do.
This one a hit to short. Cole boots it. Everybody's safe and a run scores. Got his glove to it and it just popped in the air.
Boy, I haven't seen Keaton Coe do that. I've seen him play 5 or 6 games, and he gobbles everything up. That was a tough play. He had to go to his backhand. I think he was thinking he could turn a double play, so kind of sped himself up a little bit. But Coach Tome's guy comes through for him right there, and they're back up by 3.
Yeah, he slid to get it, trying to turn 2.
Big situation right here for Jack Simpson and Andover. And Andover now has the 2 center middle infielders back to try to turn.
There's a strike outside edge. Caleb Greer. Pinch runner for Oakley at first. That's Paul Dylong. Pinch running for the catcher. They're loaded with Rebels. On the ground to second. Through the wickets to Calrow. 1 to the plate. Double clutch. And then everybody's safe.
I tell you what, they had him caught up there. They had him halfway through, and Jack Simpson kind of fell asleep. The ball came to him as he cut it off. And he wasn't expecting that runner, who was about halfway to home plate. There wasn't a whole lot of communication by Andover, and another big error by Andover, and Champlin Park's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, 4 errors on the board for Andover back to back in this inning. Cole at short, Rowe at second. And now Champlin Park has extended the lead. It is now, board says 5-2, but it should be 6-2. With Dull at third, the pinch runner for Oakley. By the way, that's Dylong at second. And then Greer at first, and top of the order, Brockton Sandell. And Andover, a couple of errors in that 4-run first inning for Champlin Park. And once again, Pete, that probably gets to shortstop Cole on his ground ball, and then Rowe on his ground ball, trying to do a little too much, where it's like just get it out.
Yeah,
the double play is a bonus.
Yeah, I think both of them were looking for the double play. And you know, when you have a runner on third base, you want that double play so that runner can't score. But they rushed themselves, and this isn't typical Andover baseball. 4 errors in the game, and a couple by their very good middle infielders.
Simpson still out there. Sandell at the plate, chops it foul, 0-1. Sandell had that booming double to get us started today, and scored a run.
Yeah, this is danger territory right here with that top of that order up here for Champlin Park.
1 out in the inning, the count 0-1. Jack Simpson, the starter, was inside. Misses there, 1-1. There it is, a Wednesday, and there's a lot of traffic on the bridge, 12:35. A lot of folks out and about today. 1-1. Hit on the ground towards short. Coe, the short wave for 1. Relay to first, in the dirt, not in time. They do get it out. Another run scores. It is Dull from third base, and the Rebels lead it 7-2.
Yeah, that's too good a speed right there to double that kid up. Ball wasn't hit quite hard enough, and then Coe had a underhanded to second base. It takes a little more time when you do that. He beat it up, and 7-2. I'll tell you what, Champlin Park, they have responded in a big way, and they're not done yet.
Yeah, they not only got the 2 back, they've added another on top of that. 7-2, runners at the corners, 2 away here, top of the 3rd inning. And the pitch, ripped down the line. This is headed toward the corner, 1 run in, runner around second, headed to third. And that is an RBI double for Nick Carlson, his 2nd double of the game. And the Rebels lead it 8-2.
You know, Jack Simpson hasn't given up this many runs all year. He hasn't got a whole lot of help from his friends. But he's having a rough outing right now, and Champlin Park is taking advantage of it. It looks like Pete's going to go to the bullpen.
4 runs in, 2 outs. And runners at second and third. And we are going to get a pitching change here at CHS Field. Rebels 4 in the first, now 4 in the third, and still swinging the bat. And for Jack Simpson, that's tough. And a sophomore, and he'll certainly be back for Andover. And not the way he wanted to pitch here in the state tournament. Now they're going to hand the ball over to Blake Bauman. Bauman out of the bullpen, and now it's imperative that here in the third Andover, they still got 5 opportunities in this game.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of game left to play, and Bauman hasn't pitched a whole lot lately. And you know, there's questions at the beginning of the game and about whether Brett Bittner would pitch for Andover or not. But then I heard someone gave me a little information that he might have a blister on his finger because Bittner is another high-level pitcher for Andover, and you know, maybe they're trying to give him a few extra days rest to have that blister heal up a little bit more. But we'll see what the left-hander Bauman can do here, but not taking anything away from Jack Simpson. He's had an excellent year from Andover, and a lot of game left to play here, Steve.
So far, the Rebels 8 runs, 7 hits. Andover 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Bauman comes on to pitch. Here's the line on him. He's pitched in 9 games. He is 2-0. He's pitched 16 innings. His ERA 2.19. 11 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned runs, 15 strikeouts, 11 walks. And he will come in with runners at second and third. The 9th man to bat for Champlin Park, Kellen Oligmuller. And the number 2 seed. They still have plenty of swings in this game, but they can't afford to give up too many more early in this one.
Yeah, and this is a tough out right here. Oligmuller, he's the leading RBI guy on Champlin Park with 17 on the season. So you need to be careful with this guy, but you got George coming up next who has a couple of hits. You do have first base open, but it's lefty on lefty right now, so you like that if you're Andover.
So Greer at third, Carlson at second, 2 outs. New pitcher Bauman on the mound. Myers behind the plate, and the batter is Oligmuller. Lined out to right in the first, struck out in the second. Here he is in the third. And the lefty delivers outside. Ball 1. Game scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Got started at about 11:40 today. This one hit hard into center field. 1 run in, 2nd run to the plate. That is a solid RBI single for Oligmuller, and the Rebels extend the lead to 10-2.
Wow, what an explosion this inning. They should have been out of it, probably 4 runs ago, but errors will kill you, and that's what's happening right now to Andover. A couple errors this inning, and it's a 10-2 Champlin Park game right now.
Runner at first. And they give up 2 in the bottom of the second. They score 6 here in the third. And now Reese George will bat for the 2nd time in the inning. George has had a day. A couple of singles, 2 runs scored, an RBI, a stolen base. That one fouled back 1-1.
Yeah, Champlin Park getting their swings in today. They batted 8 in the first inning and scored 4. This is the 10th hitter here in the bottom of the third.
They had a base runner in every inning. Caleb Greer let out the 2nd. He was left stranded, but damage has been done by this Rebels lineup, the number 7 seed. And coming out of a very good section in Section 5 4A. No doubt outstanding. Talked about how good Section 7 is. Now the count 2-1. There's a curveball strike. Good pitch. 2-2.
Yeah, good conference too, Northwest Suburban. They're year in and year out a very good baseball conference. So he played against some really good teams this season.
Yeah, a lot of good youth baseball up in our neck of the woods. That one outside. And 3-2 now the count. That's it. Very good. Strong VFW, strong Legion. Outstanding high school programs. 3-2. That one's ripped to third. Knutson on the line. But Champlin Park bats 10. They score 6. We have played 2.5. The Rebels lead Andover 10-2. And this Class 4A quarterfinal from CHS Field. And now for Andover, Pete Anderson and the coach's messages. We still got plenty of swings to get back into it. And they have the ability to get back into this game.
Well, they sure do. And if you're Champlin Park and you're Norby, you want to throw strikes and you want to get ahead of hitters and let your defense score. I mean, there's room for error, but throw strikes, don't give them any freebies. And if you're Andover, you just go out and you play. You know, you get your swings and you try to cut into this, and maybe Champlin Park will make an error here or there. But you don't get your head down. You're sitting here at a beautiful ballpark playing in the state tournament, and you need to enjoy it and get up there and swing the bat. So we'll see what happens, but Andover needs to get going here right away.
So Champlin Park in the inning, 6 runs, 4 hits. 2 Andover errors. They left 1 on base. And we got the note from Dave Wright, the media steward. 1 earned run, 5 unearned runs in that inning. And, you know, that's one of those where you feel for the sophomore Jack Simpson that, you know, there were some hard hit balls, but also a couple of errors on the infield that really hurt Andover in that inning. Here they come to bat in the third. Evan Norby, the Rebels pitcher. And for Andover, 2, 3, and 4 in their order. Here's Cole. Hits one on the line to left field, backing up. Greer makes the catch. He got a good jump.
Yeah, the left-hander went inside out on that one to left field, and a nice catch by the left fielder. But it's not the way you want to get started if you're Andover.
So Keaton Cole 0 for 2, popped out to third, and then that hit ball to left. And now it's Jackson Knutson at third base. He lined out to right in the first. Knutson wearing number 21 and playing at third base. Evan Norby straight back. Like Knutson was right on that one. 1-1, 1 away, nobody aboard.
Yeah, Knutson, a nice left-handed hitter for Andover, and he has a little bit of pop in that bat too.
There's one up in the zone, 2-1 the count. And now it's even more imperative. We brought it up after the Rebels put 4 on in the top of the first. Now up 10-2. Throwing strikes even more important. You don't want to walk anybody.
No, you do
not.
not.
No freebies.
No, you do not. And Norby's out there throwing strikes. And his pitch count's pretty good too.
I dropped one in at the knees, inside corner, 2-2. The pitch. This one lined short. Nick Carlson grabs it. About hip high. Hit it hard, but right at Nick Carlson, the Rebel shortstop, and that'll bring up Drew Law, the cleanup hitter. He struck out to end inning number 1.
Yeah, and if your coach told him it might be a little too early to start hunting outs, but that's one of the things I'd always say. You get to that 5th, 6th, and 7th, and you're looking for 9 outs any way you can. And if you're Andover, you got to take it a base at a time. You can't get caught in any silly situations.
Ball 1 now, ball 2. Norby to Law. If he's able to reach, Danny Scheller waiting on deck. Pitch here to Law. Outside now, 3-0. It's such a great point, down by 8. I mean, that's climbing a mountain, but getting people on board is first. There's a strike.
Yeah, you just you can't take any extra chances. You need 8 runs. You can't get a guy thrown out on the base path. So you got to be smart.
That one down for a hit. Mendel over to cut it off. Solid single to right for Law. And with 2 away, the batter will be Scheller. Danny Scheller had a single and a run scored. First run for Andover in inning number 2. They put those 2 on the board. 4-2 game, through 2, and they're right back in it.
Yeah, absolutely. But this kid for Champlin Park, he's not striking a lot of people out, but he's putting the ball right down the middle a lot of time and letting his fielders field the ball.
There's a strike outside edge at the knees. Good pitch. Scheller takes strike 1. Luke Carlson at third, Nick Carlson at short. Sandella at second, Oleg Mueller. There's one in the air to right, long run, second base out. Brockton Sandell records a third out, so Andover gets a hit. They leave 1. We've played 3. Champlin Park leading Andover 10-2 in the first 4A quarterfinal of the day from CHS Field in St. Paul, right here on QCTV.
Midwest Animal Rescue and Services, aka MARS. We are committed to serving both pet and parent, finding homes for animals that were once lost, left behind, and forgotten, while bringing harmony and enhancing education in our community. We started in 2006 and have a 98% adoption success rate. With the help of our community and people like you, MARS has saved over 21,000 animals. All of our animals live in foster homes as family members. Once they get adopted and go home, they stay home. We have a nonprofit veterinary clinic and dog obedience training services. We are actively supporting both ends of the leash, both people and pets, breaking down barriers and building community. Visit our website, www.midwestanimalrescue.org, to learn more and join our MARS community today.
In a world where physical health often takes the spotlight, it's easy to overlook an equally important aspect of our life.
And we are back here at CHS Field in St. Paul. State 4A baseball tournament underway today. We had a rain delay at the start. Game 1 of the day, number 7 Champlin Park, number 2 Andover, and Rebels 4 in the first, put up 6 in the third. They lead it 10-2. Here they come in the 4th inning, and it'll be 5, 6, and 7 in their order. Luke Carlson, Donovan Bendel, and Christian Dahl. And look at that scorebook. They've done damage all over their lineup today.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody expected this, and at least not that score, but great job by Champlin Park coming out swinging the bats.
Luke Carlson, a couple of hits on the first pitch to Knutson at third, over to first and Kuznia. And Luke Carlson retired. He was 2 for 2.
Attaboy, Knutson gets that ball, makes a nice throw, sets his feet, gets that first out on 1 pitch.
So Carlson had the big day, 2 for 2. 2 runs scored, stolen base, retired. 5-3, and with 1 away and nobody aboard, that'll bring up the right fielder Vendel. Grounded out to the pitcher and struck out. 0 for 2, and the pitch by Bauman is a strike. Myers behind the plate. Wallin in left, Scheller in center, Law in right for the Andover Huskies, and the pitch up high, 1-1. Kind of kicked his leg out where it's like, yeah, that got away. You know. 1-1. Drops that one in. Good pitch. Came right back. But that is universal when the pitcher does that and kind of kicks the leg out in disgust.
That's those left-handers.
1-2 on the way. And that is the old 55-footer.
Yeah, that barely made the black dirt in front of home plate. Luckily, it skipped behind the batter instead of hitting him.
2-2 now the count. And that one to the screen. Mendel was right on that. Dull waiting on deck. As the Rebels bat here in the fourth. I sent, as you pointed out, Pete, 8 in the first, 10 in the third. I've had a lot of hacks against Andover pitching. Struck him out. Went right back inside and got him. That was a nice pitch.
That was a changeup right there. You gotta like Bauman for not being afraid to throw that changeup. You know, so many pitchers in high school baseball have a fastball and a curveball, but if you have that changeup, you can be a very effective pitcher.
Nobody on, 2 away. Dull the batter. Reached on an error and walked and scored in the third. Ball 1 to him, 1-0 the count. By the way, third strikeout, 4th strikeout for Andover pitching. There's a strike, 1-1 the count.
A nice job by Bauman here, coming out throwing strikes, giving his team a chance. Want to get this third out as quick as you can and get back in the dugout and get the hit shoes on.
Now 1-2, and by the way, 3rd strikeout, 2nd in the game for Bauman. Starter Jack Simpson had a strikeout. That came in inning number 2. 1-2 on the way. That is outside 2-2. One plate umpire took a long look at that one and said no. Rebels have not been retired 1-2-3 in the game. That one misses away, 2-2. It is a really nice day. This my kind of day. Be at a ball game, not hot, hardly any wind. 3-2. Did he lose him? Yes. It'll be a 2-out walk.
So is this cloud cover, Steve, or is this smoke?
I think it's a combo platter.
Combo platter, yeah.
Remember that day, maybe 2 weeks ago, where it was raining?
Yes.
In the smoke.
In the smoke.
And I woke up and I thought it was
Yes.
fog, and then went outside and it's like, no, it's raining through the smoke.
Yes, it was. And the smell that day was not good.
Oakley will bat, the catcher. And the first pitch to him inside low, 1-0. Dull down at first, Oakley batting. Retired on a fielder's choice and to end the first. Reached on an error and scored in that big third inning for the Rebels. And the pitch from Bauman. Chop foul. 1-1.
You know, it keeps going to my mind, combo platter. Chicken and ribs? That's what comes to my mind. How about
Surf
you?
and turf.
Surf and turf, yeah.
Steak and lobster.
There you go. There you go.
Or at Dean's Country Manor, the chopped sirloin and some shrimp.
Oh, yes. That's been there forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1-1. Came up empty, 1-2. Yeah, the old chopped sirloin. That is.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Grilled onions loaded up with mushrooms. Can you tell it's lunchtime?
It's lunchtime.
1-2 pitch. And in the air, shallow right, tough chance, it'll fall. Second base, Cale Rowe made a valiant effort. That was just in no man's land.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground there, but you know things are going right when that ball drops in. Here's another look at it. It got jammed a little bit, but just dropped it over the second baseman Rowe. And Champlin Park's in business again with runners on first and second.
Oakley has a hit. 9th in the game for the Rebels, and now a walk and a hit. Runners at first and second. And Greer walk, reached on an air, scored a run. Number 9 hitter playing in left for the Rebels. Bauman's pitch.
Yeah, Bauman was cruising and got those first 2 hitters out. You got the next 2 on here, and here's the number 9 hitter trying to expand on this lead.
Top of the 4th inning. Champlin Park trying to add to that lead. This one hit in the air to right. Well hit, Drew Law. Got him turned around all the way to the fence. 1 run to the plate. Another run headed around third to home. Heading for third base. It is a 2 RBI triple for Caleb Greer, and the Rebels lead it 12-2.
Wow, You know things are going well when your number 9 hitter is hitting a triple, and Champlin Park is now up by 10. Boy, he got Law all turned around taking a look at that one. He kind of knew off the bat that that might be trouble. He didn't start heading back right away, got turned around, a couple more runs scored with 2 outs. So clutch hitting, and they're back around to the top of the order, and they're not done yet.
A walk, a bloop, and a booming triple, and the Rebels have a runner at third and 2 out. First pitch fouled out of play. And the Rebels up by 10. And now Andover in danger of getting 10 run here in the quarterfinals.
You know, Champlin can start thinking now you don't want to use up any more pitchers because it's a long tournament. So they're sitting right now in the catbird seat.
They looked at foul. This is Sandell, leadoff hitter. Had a double and run scored in the first. Fly ball to center. Retired on a fielder's choice, or reached on a fielder's choice in the third, excuse me. That one inside. And the count now 1-2, 2 away. As you pointed out, Bauman got 2 quick outs. Ground out and a strikeout. Then the walk, then the bloop, and then gave up the triple to Greer. This one upstairs. And 2-2. And it has just been the Rebels' day. They've put on 12 on the board, and they're still batting here in the 4th.
What's it?
This one lifted in the air down the right field line. Big trouble. This is in play, and that'll bounce over the wall. It is a ground rule double, but it drives in the 13th run of the game. Brockton Sandell, a ground rule RBI double.
They picked a good day to have a day. That's for sure. You know, here's another look at it. And Law had no chance on this one. Ball's going down the line, and it's fading away from him. It actually went into the dugout or out of play over there after it landed. So another run with the 2 outs, and it looks like they're going to switch pitchers again here with the score 13-2.
Bauman's going to leave, and another pitcher is going to trot in from the bullpen and right for the Andover Huskies. And for Champlin Park, we mentioned the dream start of 4 runs in the first inning. But this has rapidly turned into a nightmare for Andover.
Man, as a coach, you dream of a day like this if you're coached home, where your guys come out, you know, against the team that beat you during the season, had a better conference mark than you during the season, and you come out and just hammer the ball all over the park against a really good pitcher. I mean, what a dream scenario for Champlin Park, and it's just been a nightmare for Andover so far.
Yeah, and you look at the league in the standings. Blaine 12-2, Andover 11-2, Champlin Park 10-3, Totino Grace, they're in the 3A tournament. They're 9-3. Rogers, Spring Lake Park. I mean, you got Maple Grove, solid team. They went 5-8 in league play. You talked about the depth of the Northwest Suburban, and it is a terrific league. And Wyatt Harper, it looks like, is in out of the pen, a right-hander for Andover.
Yeah, Harper doesn't have a whole lot of stats. He's a junior coming out of the bullpen right now. And, you know, if you're Andover and you happen to come back, you don't want to use up your pitcher for tomorrow. So, you know, the other top 2 arms, Bittner is one of those, and Nestler, I believe, is the other one. You know, so you don't want to use those kids up when you're down by this much, but you got to stay in the game. So they're walking a fine line right now, and they got to score a couple runs or this thing's going to be over.
Yeah, 13-2. And the Rebels have Nick Carlson coming up. And what has Carlson done today to greet Wyatt Harper? RBI double in the first. Run scored. Fly ball to right in the second. And then an RBI double and a run scored in the third. So he has had a huge day, and with a runner at second base could add to the Andover misery in a moment.
Well, he's a confident player, and he's a really good shortstop, and came into this game batting .453. So He's very capable, and he's showing that off today in front of anybody here watching him. You know, he's going to be a good player at the next level.
So Carlson digs in to make that 3 more on the board. 4 in the first, 6 in the third, and 3 more here in the fourth for the Rebels. And the pitch. There's a strike. Harper gets a strike to start out Nick Carlson. It is 0-1. A lot of crooked numbers up there for Champlin Park. That one way outside, stabbed there by Myers. Carlson, the number 2 hitter in the order. Huge day already, trying to add to it. Did he check his swing? No. No strike anyway. 1-2 the count.
Good job by Harper here, coming in throwing some strikes, trying to get out a very tough hitter.
Champlin Park coming in 16-8, as Pete mentioned. Dropped the only game against Andover early in the year. Tax day this year. That one fouled to the screen. He stays alive, 1-2. Harper throws pretty hard. He's appeared in 6 games, 9 hits, 7 runs. All of those earned ERA of 4.90. Trying to get an out here. Limit further damage. Pitch to Carlson. Way outside, gets away, and runner's going to move up.
Andover trying to get out of this inning without any more damage, but Champlin Park putting up crooked numbers in 3 of the first 4 innings. We're only in the 4th inning, you know, and we've been going about an hour and a half here already. But if Andover doesn't put anything on the board, this thing's going to be over.
Harper to the plate, skips it in, and a block by Myers.
We've seen a few of those here in the last couple innings.
Yeah, hitting that softer dirt right in front of home plate. I think that's a nice touch. And that one stabbed, and it's a walk. The misery continues for the Huskies now. Runners at the corners. And they sent 8 to the plate in the first. This is the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the 4th. They sent 10 in that huge 3rd inning. It has been a slog for Andover in this game. Kellen Oligmuller. Oligmuller has a hit and 3 trips. This one hit high in the air, may stay in play in foul territory, and Jackson Knutson couldn't get to it. That would have been Willie Mays style over there.
Well, he got to it, but couldn't quite make the play, and that's a tough play right there.
You got to be old to remember that. Or have seen the film of Willie Mays making that catch at the Polo Grounds.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive for that, but I saw the film.
He liked doing that.
The pitch, runner goes, no throw. Now the Rebels have 2 more in scoring position with Oligmuller at the plate.
They've run that delayed steal a couple times. That's a great thing to do when you have runners on 1st and 3rd. Delayed steal, hop, and go.
There's a strike, 1-2. 3rd pitch to work, Wyatt Harper. Simpson started, and Bauman. Now Harper for Andover. Coming into today trying to win game number 20. Going down low.
Here's their RBI guy again. Came up with a couple RBIs and hit last inning. It has runners in 2nd and 3rd again for him.
Oligmuller rips one. Fair ball down the right field line. Past Kuzny at first. Both runs will trot home. And the route continues. Oligmuller now 4 RBI in the game. 2 hits, including that double
Yeah, here's another look at it. Just got creeped inside that first baseline, but a good call by the official. He was right on top of it, and a couple more. We're at 15-2 for Champlin Park.
Now Reese George will be the 9th player to bat. He has 2 hits, an RBI, 2 runs scored in 3 trips.
Boy, who doesn't have a hit in this Champlin Park lineup? I'll tell you what, they got 12 hits already, and we're not even through the 4th inning.
Oleg Mueller and Vendel are the only players who haven't scored runs in the game. It is now 15-2, 4 in the first, 6 in the third. They have put up 5 here in the 4th. And now a runner at second, and George, a cleanup hitter. There is a strike.
I'm looking out in the bullpens and not seeing, well, I see a lonely Andover guy out there, so he might be next up if they need him, but there's not even a catcher out there with him. And there's nobody in that Champlin Park bullpen.
That one down in the dirt, runner stays put.
And Wyatt Myers has got to be getting tired back there catching. Oh. he's been squatting behind the plate for a long time today.
A lot of ABs in front of him. 1-1 the count, 2 away in the pitch. That one fouled back. Bulls have really been swinging the bat today. And whatever they had for breakfast.
Have it again.
Had it. Rain delay hasn't hurt them. There's a good curveball, strike 3. That'll end the inning, but damage done. Champlin Park puts another 5 on the board. They leave 1. And we have played just 3.5, and they lead it 15-2. And as you point, and now as we pointed out, you know, Andover's got to put some runs on the board and not get 10 run. And now we're going to take a look at the weather, and once again we had rain. 10 o'clock scheduled start we got going at 11:40. Now 73 degrees, and we got smoke, some cloud cover, very pleasant northeast winds at 3 miles an hour. Rain overnight, very rainy, or I should say the big rain really expected Thursday night into Friday. We didn't see rain earlier today. Once again, there is hope that they'll be able to get all the quarterfinal games in today and then semifinals. And the thought is, once again, and we should point out, due to the weather, we're expecting that those semifinal games at noon and 2:30 tomorrow here at CHS Field may be moved up to the morning. They may get started or try and get started at 9 or 10 a.m. and squeeze those games in. Once again, all 4 title games scheduled for Target Field on Saturday, with 1A starting early in the day. And then the final game of the night would be the 4A championship game, once again at the home of the Twins, beginning at about 7:30. So here we go to the bottom of the 4th, and Andover needs a lot of runs.
Yeah, it's a good idea to move those games up tomorrow. It looks like Saturday's going to be a lot better, so you hate to take that opportunity away from those kids to play at Target Field. So hopefully everybody gets their games in and we're on schedule.
Norby's still on the mound. Rebel starter begins his 4th inning of work. Batter is Kuznia. Kuznia first pitch swinging in the air to center. Reese George on to make the play, 1 away.
You know, that's the last 2 innings. First pitch outs. First pitch fly balls for Andover. So Norby doing what he needs to do, and that's throw strikes.
Kuznia 0 for 2. Now it's Bittner. Bittner had an RBI double. Or excuse me, had a double and then scored the second run. Wallin with the big 2 RBI single in the number 9 hole for Andover. Got him right back in the game at the moment at 4-2. And of course the Rebels put up the 6th spot. And now they count 2-0 to Bittner. Second plate appearance. This one to third. Knocked down. Luke Carlson stays with it. Throws him out. Well, he did job 1, knock it down.
Yeah, nice job there by Carlson. Knocks it down and makes a good, strong throw to throw out Bittner at first base. Here's another look at it. Nice stretch at first base. And there's 2 real quick outs.
Oleg Mueller, the pick. Either team has gone down 1-2-3 in this ball game.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter up here for the Huskies, number 88, Reed Lindgren, the senior, getting an opportunity. He'll probably be going in second base for Rowe. That's who he's batting for.
To short, Nick Carlson across the diamond. He is retired. And that's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Fly ball to center, ground out to third, grounder to short, and Andover through 4. Trails at 15-2. We'll come back with the 5th here on QCTV.
In a world where physical health often takes the spotlight, it's easy to overlook an equally important aspect of our well-being, mental health. Yet despite its significance, mental health is often stigmatized, misunderstood, or simply neglected. From creating awareness to offering education and community wellness grants to hosting our annual 5K walk for mental wellness, the Mental Wellness Campaign for Anoka County is creating a community where mental health is as important as physical health. Let's break the silence, erase the stigma, and prioritize mental health. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels supported, understood, and empowered to live their best lives. The Mental Wellness Campaign for Anoka County, your mental health matters.
And we're back to St. Paul. Big thanks to the Minnesota State High School League and the crew here at CHS Field. It is the first 4A quarterfinal of the day. Number 7 Champlin Park and number 2 Andover, and the Rebels dominating, leading at 15-2, and they'll swing the bats here in the 5th inning. And Wyatt Harper, third pitcher to work. And now the Rebels are going to come out and swing the bats here in the 5th inning of this ball game. And everything has gone their way today. They've had a really good start from Evan Norby. He's done his job, and now we're going to get a pinch hitter.
Yeah, this is another senior hitter for Champlin Park. Tristan Wexeth.
Tristan Wexeth, senior, digs in, looks at strike one from Harper. And as you predicted, Reed Lindgren in at second base for Andover. He pinch hit. And was the final out in the half inning that just ended. There's one inside, 1-1. Harper on the mound, Myers behind the plate. That one up high. We're going to probably see a spate of pinch hitters here in the top of the 5th inning with the Rebels up big, 15-2.
Yeah, I see Yanish is on deck here.
Off the mound, Harper grabs, throws in the dirt, dug out. Nice play by Kuznia.
You know, nice job by Coach Tome getting a couple seniors some at bats. They only have 6 on this team, and 3 of them play, so he's got the other 3 are coming up right here in the top of the inning. So nice job, Coach.
Yeah, Janish, as you mentioned, Max Janish is senior, getting an opportunity. One away, nobody aboard. Rebels top of the 5th. Outside. Ball 1-0. Looks like another pinch hitter waiting on deck. Paul Dylong, he came in to pinch run in this game. There's one upstairs, 2-0. 4 in the first, 6 in the third, 5 in the 4th. Really the story. After 2, we kind of looked at each other and said, hey, we got a new ball game. And the Rebels said, not so fast. There's the strike.
Exactly. And they have just really come out and swung the lumber today. And they're doing a great job and have to feel really good about it. Their pitcher's doing a nice job. And they're in great position going forward.
Harper, solid single to right center. Or Harper gives up the hit to Kuznia. Janish reaches with a single. That is the 13th hit for the Rebels today. And now another pinch hitter. Going to dig in. This is Paul Dylong.
Yeah, nice job by Janish. The senior comes in there, left-handed hitter, knocks the ball through the middle and finds himself on first base.
DeLong, a senior. And now we got a pinch runner coming in.
Like
Donovan Vendel is going to come in and pinch run and probably stay in right, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's going to bat these guys and then re-enter the other guys. You know, he's still got a game you got to win. And not that he doesn't trust those guys, but get your starters back out there and you try to hold this and win it in 5. So you still have a lot of pitching left for the rest of the tournament.
DeLong for Dull at the moment. That one gets by the catcher and goes all the way to the screen. Runner moves up. And that's been the day for Andover today. It is just not worked out for them at all.
Just absolutely ambushed. You know, just ambushed today by Champlin Park.
Runner at second and the pitch. That one's slap foul. Got a good hack. And we pointed this out at the start. Being able to play in a state tournament wherever it is, but here at a great venue like CHS Field, what a thrill. And for both these coaches to get guys in the ball game, you know, it's something they'll never forget.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful venue and great playing surface. Great time for these guys.
Cut off at third. Knutson throws over to first to get the runner. Runner stays put at second.
Once again, nice job by Knutson. I know I was a little rough on him in that first inning when he threw one away, but has made a couple nice plays here since.
This is the catcher, Oakley. He will bat. Oakley retired on a fielder's choice in the first, reached on an error, scored a run in the third. Singleton scored a run in that big fourth inning. We've had a lot of those. Look at the board. 4 runs in the first, 6 in the third, 5 in the fourth.
You know, Wyatt Harper, he's come in here and done a pretty nice job for Andover.
Harper, long look at that runner at second, comes to the plate, down low. And you're right, Wyatt Myers. This is only the 5th inning, but it's got to feel like he's played 12 or 14 innings. He has had to deal with a lot back there.
Well, I think we've gone about an hour and 45 minutes, and I think he's been back there for an hour and a half of that. You know, Andover didn't do a whole lot except for the 1 inning.
Now we got another mound visit. Count is 2-1. There is a runner at second base. We're going to get another change. Harper's going to leave. We got another pitching change. 2-1 the count, 2 away to Oakley. And another Andover pitcher coming into the game, and this is going to be Jacob Harper. Harper, the senior. Harper, 6 games this year. 10 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, all of those earned. Or excuse me, that was Wyatt Harper. Let's see who we got
This is
here.
Jacob Harper.
Yeah, Jacob Harper. Harper is 2 2/3.
And he's a senior, so you give him the opportunity here to come out, see if he can get that last out.
Yeah, so Harper 2 2/3, 8 runs, or I should say 5 runs, all of those earned, 8 hits.
Well, he's up against a kid who's had a pretty good game today. I guess we could say that for all of these Champlin hitters. And Caleb Greer, who hit a triple, I believe, his last time up. But he's had a really good game, and he's in the number 9 hole for Champlin Park.
Well, Oakley dig back in with the count 2-1. Runner at second. And it's Greer. And he had a 2 RBI triple in that 4th inning that certainly broke the game open.
Well, I'd like to see this kid come in here and do something his senior year and see if he can get that 3rd out to play in this stadium in front of this amount of people. So we'll see what he can do here. It's already inherited an account at 2-1. So you got to come in with a strike.
So it is Harbor on to pitch. There is a strike. What a day, though, for the Rebels. Once again, they'll need just 3 outs to advance. Moorhead Minnetonka, game 2. There's one outside. 3-2 now the count. Rosemount Cretin-Durham Hall, game 3, and then Edina Farmington in the nightcap. Cretin-Durham Hall, the number 1 seed. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That'll end the inning. So he comes into the ball game, gets a strikeout. And Champlin Park leaves 1. We have played 4.5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Champlin Park leading Andover 15-2 in this Class 4A quarterfinal from CHS Field in St. Paul here on QCTV. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Andover needs runs to keep this game alive. It'll be 9-1-2. Wallene, Myers, and Wallene. Big 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and at the moment got him right back into the game, down 4-2. Wallene, just his 2nd plate appearance. Evan Norby, starter, still pitching for the Rebels, and he's done a great job, Pete.
Yeah, he really has. It looks like we got a pinch hitter here, and Deacon Eckes as a senior, number 2 for Andover, batting for Wallene. Give him an opportunity. Andover needs 4 runs to keep playing.
Quick 2 strikes by Norby to Deacon Eckes, pinch hitter for Andover. This one down the right field line, but foul into the netting. Next 2 teams, that's a Minnetonka Skippers down the line. Moorhead Spuds down the left field line, waiting to play game 2. They were scheduled at 1. They'll get the field ready and then get ready. So that one's certainly late to start. Norby's pitch, chop foul. Count right along at 0-2. Rebels trying to close it out here in 5. Champlin Park, the number 7, Andover, the number 2 seed. Blocked by Oakley, the catcher. They've just played a clean game all the way around. Swing the bats. Got good solid pitching from Norby. Called strike 3.
Yeah, they played pretty good defense too. I mean, they haven't made any errors out there. And you can't ask for more than that. Pitcher throwing strike, play good defense, pound the ball around the yard, and there's the results, 15-2.
Third strikeout of the game for Norby. He's retired 5 in a row. We got the Huskies 1-2-3 in the 4th. And now Wyatt Myers, the catcher. He had a single and a stolen base to get Andover started in the bottom of the 1st. Retired on a fielder's choice in inning number 2 and looks at ball 1. This one hit high in the air to left, carrying deep. Greer going back. It's over his head to the wall. And this is going to be a 1-out double for Myers. He hit a long way to left. Got it over the head of Greer.
Yeah, he got all of that one and kind of turned Greer around there, but hit it off the base of the wall here at CHS. That's not an easy poke right there. So nice piece of hitting by Wyatt Meyer.
Now it looks like another pinch hitter, Hunter Besky.
Yeah, Besky's going to get an opportunity here. I remember early in the season when we played Andover, this kid had like 3 hits against us. He's a senior.
Well, Besky going to step in with the runner at second. Andover down by 13. Plenty of work to do. Keep this game going. There's ball 1. There now is activity in the Rebel bullpen. They want to shut the door here in the 5th. 1-0. Big swing.
Yeah, they want to try to shut this thing out so they don't have to use anybody else out of that bullpen. Have a bunch of arms left for the next 2 games.
Henshin warming up out there, right-hander for the Rebels. That one down low. 2-1 now the count. 1 away runner at second for Andover in the 5th. They would move to the consolation bracket. That'd be over at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village. That's a nice little field. That one in on the hands, foul territory over from first. Oleg Mueller made the catch. In front of the Andover dugout, 2 away. That was a nice play.
Yeah, nice play right there by the left-handed first baseman. That turned the glove over and made the catch. And Andover's down to their last out, and it looks like they might have to make a change here, pitch count-wise. Not sure what the pitch count is, but I think they're hoping that
Norby will leave with 2 outs and 1 on here in the 5th. And Norby did a really good job, and everybody out of the dugout to congratulate Norby. And why not? Junior did an outstanding job for the Champlin Park Rebels in this game today. They gave him the big lead, gave a couple of runs up in that second inning, but he was tough all day and threw strikes.
he really was. And, they probably kept him under 60 pitches, which is, so he can come back on 2 days here and be able to pitch again on Saturday, at least out of the bullpen. I don't know if he can start after throwing 60 or whatever his count is, but then with the rain and everything else, you can keep a guy under a certain number and still use him. So Champlin couldn't ask for anything more than this.
Well, he struck out 3, and Pete didn't walk anybody. I don't have a walk in the book. I mean, that is huge.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you can ask. And then if your team plays defense behind you, which they have done, that's great.
Yeah, no errors on the board. 15 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Andover 2, 6, and 4. And those 4 errors came early, but it certainly was a sign that it wasn't going to be their day.
No, and they really took advantage of those. I think we got from Dave Wright, stats guy up here, that 5 runs were scored after those errors. So that really put this game on ice.
Josh Henshin trying to get that final out and close out this win. 15-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Once again, semifinals tomorrow here at CHS Field. Consolation games over at Palm Field. And they're going to play tomorrow, 9 a.m., 11:30. And then the consolation game at 2 over at St. Anthony Village. And I would assume you've been there over the years.
Been there.
That's a nice setup. They've got a really. They used to have the old state amateur Class A tournament at Palm Field for a number of years. They have a very good setup there at St. Anthony Village.
You know what I remember? They have like a mister in their dugout. So on hot days, they just turn the mister on and you get a little water in your face.
When I've done state tournament games and doing it on the website, they didn't have mister for me.
No mister?
No. I was on my own.
Yeah,
but we put up a tarp because the grandstand at Palm Field isn't very big. And you got to put something up to keep the sun from beating down on your back. So.
And those state tournament games are in the heat of the summer.
That's right.
It's not a day like today.
Yeah, for sure. Andover down to their final out. Sanders will bat. Mason Sanders, another one of the seniors. That's foul.
Yeah, as a pitcher right now, you don't have to worry about the runner at second base. Just go out and get the batter. He doesn't mean anything. Same thing as the infielders. You don't have to hold him close. If he wants third base, go ahead and take it.
This is Henshin again. Ahead 0-1. There's one up high, 1-1.
This kid throws hard for Champlin Park.
Sanders trying to keep the game alive. 2 away and a runner at second. Team down by 13. Pulled the string but missed. 2-1 now the count. A lot of trucks on that bridge.
There is
it's
a lot.
Amazing.
I'm glad I'm not going to be on that bridge.
This one right back up the middle. Nick Carlson to his left, scoops it up, throws him out, and the Rebels win the Class 4A quarterfinal game, beating number 2 seed Andover 15-2. And Nick Carlson sliding to his left. Nice throw on the run. And the Rebels, as a jet flies over, heading for Holman Field, close out the victory. They dominate this one. 4 in the first, 6 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and they cruise. 15 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Andover, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors. Time of the game, 153 in 5 innings. It was a long day for Andover.
Yeah, and you can't take anything away from Andover. Had an excellent season, ending the season at 19-7, but they just ran into a buzzsaw today in Champlin Park on the top of their game, pitching, hitting, fielding. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Andover on a good year. But Champlin Park's going to get the winner of this Minnetonka and Moorhead game, and they play like they did today. They got themselves a good shot.
And tomorrow's game scheduled at noon here at CHS Field, but it could be earlier. They may move those games up. By the way, Andover will play over at Palm Field in the Consolation Series against the loser of that Moorhead Minnetonka game coming up next. 3 to go here at CHS Field. Big thanks to everyone at the Minnesota State High School League, our hosts here at CHS Field, our outstanding QCTV crew led by Ryan Mush. Pete, always good to work with you.
Yeah, good time.
There he is, Pete Hayes. I'm Steve Thompson. Champlin Park wins his Class 4A quarterfinal at CHS Field, the final 15-2. Have a great day.